welcome to your Monday, May 5, 2025 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. 2 men killed, woman critical in Angoy's Avenue incident. ABCE diplomats urge respect for rule of law as Adriana Young's funeral postponed. Nursing assistant wanted for obstructing course of justice over voice note on Adriana Young's autopsy. 6 months after teen's motorcycle crash, a driver not charged. Mother questions delay. 23-year-old motorcyclist dies in Wismar accident, and Chinese national dies in workplace accident at Grove. Now for the news in detail. 2 men are now dead and a woman in a critical condition following an incident at Angoy's Avenue, New Amsterdam, Berbice. Here are the details from our Berbice correspondent, Andrew Carmichael.
The death of 2 West Kanji men sent shockwaves through the community of Angoy's Avenue, New Amsterdam, Berbice on Monday. Police initially reported that they were investigating an alleged murder committed on Leon Fordyce called Nasty Man, a 45-year-old laborer residing at Haidam, Angoy's Avenue, New Amsterdam, Berbice, and an attempt to commit murder on Anisha New Year, a 40-year-old vendor of the same community. According to the police, the incident occurred on Sunday night at Haidam. Residents say there was an uproar in the community shortly after midnight, and according to one businessman, he heard a lady screaming for help, and when he got out of bed, he found New Year at his gate. He said the woman was bleeding and begged him to open the gate for her.
The attackers attack the gate. We call in the police for hours. We can't tell her to Georgetown. No police response. Over 1 hour, no police never come. And there's all I know.
So what happened to the lady?
After the police come an hour after, they take her to the hospital.
How she looked when she came in?
Well, she was dragging like, I get bored, please open your gate.
He said the attacker tried to get in by attempting to break his gate.
I tried begging him for stop. Come, let me stop, let me don't go to this, let's stop. But after I out my light, he moved off. And
the attacker has been identified as Sean LaFleur, who was also killed. His mother, 50-year-old Nicole LaFleur, said early on Monday she was informed that Sean, her second of 7 children, met his demise.
I hear somebody come and let me know who call me and tell me, say, your son dead. So when I come out now, and I go by the same spot down there, I meet my son lie down, and I go to him, I say, Sean, what happened to you? I take off my jacket, left in my baby bobby, and I go and wrap his head. And me know say he had the thing on his throat too. And when I turn his neck, I see the big thing, and my next cousin, niece, she take off she thing and she wrap his neck too with it.
The woman pointed out that his death could be related to an affair her son had with a woman who has a 2-month-old baby.
The girl get a child and she's claiming he said the child is not his own. And me make he go and register the child and so. And the same by that when they cry, we do the murder, he said he get sex 1 time with she. And my son claiming to say the baby is his baby and the baby is his baby. And the one thing bring in and he said, man, if you know the baby is the baby, you can bring it inside the head. Can bring inside of the house. She said the child is my son's child, and my son say is not his child because the child resembles the 2 children them that we get because this child more black and he resembles both man.
The circumstances under which Fordyce was killed remain unknown. Nevertheless, police have arrested 1 person as the investigations continue. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
The funeral service for 11-year-old Adriana Young, which was scheduled for today, has been postponed until further notice, according to the family. Prior to this announcement, however, the ABCE countries issued statements on the situation, expressing their condolences on the death of the young girl, as well as urging Guyanese against resorting to violent and destructive actions in their quest for justice. Find out more in this Trishel Sobers report.
The funeral of 11-year-old Adriana Young, originally scheduled for Monday, May 5, has been postponed. This is according to a statement from Adriana's mother, Amika Simon, on Monday. However, no reason was given for the postponement of the funeral and burial. Prior to the confirmation of the funeral service, it was reported that the family was seeking another autopsy to be performed on the child's body. However, this was reportedly called off after the controversial nature of the pathologist, Dr. Hubert Daisley, was highlighted. The body of Adriana Young was discovered in a pool of the now gutted double-day hotel at TOUCAN, East Bank, Essequibo, on Thursday, April 24, almost 24 hours after she was reported missing from the facility. The child, along with her grandmother and other relatives, had gone to the poolside on Wednesday, April 23. She was reported missing at around 14 hours, and despite initial searches in the pool, her body was not found. Nevertheless, an autopsy conducted on the child's body some 4 days after, discovered by 3 international pathologists, including one selected by the family, determined that the girl died as a result of drowning. On the night following the revelation of the autopsy results, there were a countrywide unrest conducted by individuals who hijacked protests calling for justice. Dozens of persons have since been charged with terrorism in relation to that unrest. Meanwhile, on Monday, prior to the announcement of the postponement of the child's funeral, diplomats representing the ABCE countries issued statements. The diplomats are U.S. Ambassador to Guyana Nicole Terriot, the British Ambassador to Guyana Jane Miller, the Canadian Commissioner to Guyana Sebastian Seguin, and EU Ambassador to Guyana Renee Van Ness. In their statements, the diplomats expressed condolences on the death of the child and urged that Guyanese use nonviolent and non-destructive means to voice any concerns regarding the situation. They urge all Guyanese to keep the peace and respect the rule of law. Meanwhile, also occurring prior to the postponement of the child's funeral was the revelation by controversial politician and leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, that certain individuals and organizations were planning to disrupt the funeral and incite violence. Hughes made this revelation in a statement on his social media page. However, when he was contacted by the police, the AFC leader refused to cooperate and share information on the planned disruptions. The Guyana Police Force noted that Hughes refused to divulge information that could help in the mitigation of these disruptions, claiming that he needed to protect his sources. Hughes has since been strongly criticized for taking this position. Meanwhile, on Monday, President Dr. Irfaan Ali renewed his message of unity and compassion, offering prayers and sympathy to Adriana's grieving family. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Trishelle Sobers joins us again to report that a nursing assistant is now wanted by police for allegedly spreading false claims about the post-mortem of 11-year-old Adriana Young. Here are the details.
The Guyana Police Force GPF has launched an investigation and issued a wanting bulletin for Tiana Serena Lewis King, a nursing assistant accused of spreading false and misleading information about the post-mortem examination (PME) of 11-year-old Adriana Young, whose body was discovered in a pool of the now gutted double-day hotel at TOUCAN, East Bank, Essequibo, on Thursday, April 24. Almost 24 hours after she was reported missing from the facility. In a circulating voice note, Lewis King claimed that she was present during the post-mortem, which was conducted on April 28 at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation GPHC, and that she had been sent there by Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony. According to the GPF, both claims are entirely false. In fact, once the voice note began circulating on social media, the GPF promptly launched an investigation and began reaching out to several individuals named by King, including Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, pathologist Dr. Caleb McLaughlin, and attorney-at-law Darren Wade. In a statement, the GPF revealed that Dr. Anthony has unequivocally denied knowing Miss Lewis King or instructing her presence at the autopsy, and attorney-at-law Darren Wade, who was present to represent the family, confirmed to police that Lewis King was not present during the examination. Additionally, Dr. Caleb McLaughlin, a medical representative for the family, recognized the voice in the recording as that of Lewis King and also confirmed her absence on April 28. Further, several other claims made by Lewis King was reported to be false, including the fact that no nurse aide was consulted for opinions by the 3 qualified international pathologists present, and no attendees were requested to record their names on any paper, contrary to the claims made in the audio note. As a result, Louis King is now wanted by the police for an attempt to incite public mistrust, pervert the course of justice, and generate unnecessary panic. Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony has issued a personal statement denouncing the claims made in the recording. The minister further noted that he is in consultation with his legal team and is considering civil action for the attempt to maliciously tarnish his professional, public, and personal reputation. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
6 months after a quarantine teenager passed away as a result of an accident, his mother is questioning the seemingly slothfulness in the justice process since the driver who allegedly caused the crash is yet to be charged. Andrew Carmichael has the details.
In November 2024, 18-year-old Jain Ryan Rampasad succumbed to his injuries he sustained when he was struck down by a motor car at Hampshire Village on the quarantine Berbice 12 days prior. On October 27th last, Rampasad of Ankerville, Port Morant was riding a motorcycle with 15-year-old Stefan Verapen as the pillion rider when they were allegedly hit by a car driver who claimed that it hit the back of his car and rode away. At the time, residents of Hampshire Village claimed that they heard the impact, and when they came out, they saw the motorcycle lying on the parapet and the two teenagers lying unconscious a short distance away. Villagers say that they were told by the car driver, who had armed himself with a cutlass, that he was driving along the quarantine highway when the motorcycle rode up behind and hit his car, damaging his rear lights in the process. The driver claimed that he chased them into the village and eventually caught up with the motorcycle. Police had initially arrested the driver of the car and subsequently released him on station bail, but following the demise of Rampasad, he was rearrested but never charged. The teenager's mother, 47-year-old Danmati Rampasad, says she still has sleepless nights over her son's death. According to the woman, the information being provided to her by the police in Berbice differs from what she has been getting from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP.
And now Pakali Traffic Police who in charge of the story, he tell me the same thing the paper gonna DPP never come. I done went 3 times to DPP. I went January, I went February, I went March. I went back April and nothing not there for my son till now. So I don't know what really gone with my son. Everybody was dead after my son. All the paper then come back, everybody get advice and me getting no advice. So me want to know what really happened. And this is long, 6 months down. I got 4 times down at DPP and nothing not there for him.
Following the crash, the 2 teenagers were taken to the Port Morant Hospital and subsequently transferred to the New Amsterdam Hospital. However, Rampasad was subsequently transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he remained until his passing.
The next thing the police said, and if I know alcohol, and the man was drunk. Me know he was drunk. Because with the behavior, he was drunk. And on the video, if you listen to him, he said he was drinking 2 beers. So what really happened, how the police find on breathalyzer test for him? So me know something wrong there. Now the buyer walk and tell everybody he get money, he get off, he the road free. And me in the pain for me son.
Andrew Carmichael, for Evening News.
Police in Regional Division 10 are investigating a fatal road accident that claimed the life of 23-year-old Kellon Summers of Central Amelia's Ward, Linden, in the early hours of Saturday. The accident occurred at around 1:40 on the Burnham Drive public road in Wismar, Linden. According to initial police reports, motorcar PWW 2029, driven by Lieutenant Colonel of the Guyana Defense Force Courtney Mendonca, was heading south and attempting to negotiate a right turn when Summers, traveling north on motorcycle CP6059, reportedly at a high speed, collided with the front left door of the car. Summers, who was not wearing a helmet at the time, was thrown onto the roadway and sustained serious injuries. He was quickly assisted by nearby residents and transported to the Linden Hospital complex, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Both the car and the motorcycle involved in the accident have been impounded at the Wismar police station and will be examined by a licensing and certifying officer. The driver of the car, who was driving under the influence of alcohol, was released on 100,000 station bail. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Premier. Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
Sun or rain? Up or down? No one knows what tomorrow will bring, but with Premier's commercial property insurance, you'll be ready. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier Insurance. Premier insurance coverage.
Business owners, it's time to level up with SylviesOnline.com. Shopping with us is a breeze. Browse online and plan your purchase. Check real-time stock availability. Enjoy expert in-store assistance. Whether you're on-site or in the office, shop at SylviesOnline.com. Visit SylviesOnline.com today and make your next big upgrade easy. SylviesOnline.com, your partner in productivity.
This Mother's Day, Digicel is turning up the love and cooling things down.
Imagine surprising mom with a brand new fully stocked fridge.
Digicel is making it a reality.
You can win one of 4 fully stocked fridges
worth over $500,000.
Just top up with $1,000 or more for a chance to win weekly. It's that easy.
Top up today. The more you top up, the more chances you have to win.
Happy Mother's Day from Digicel. Better connected.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The Ministry of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Department has launched a formal investigation into a workplace accident that claimed the life of Chinese national Mr. Eddie Yang, a resident of Bagotstown, East Bank, Demerara. The fatal incident occurred late Saturday night, May 3, 2025, around 11 hours 46 at a storage facility operated by Zengzin Aluminum Alloy Doors and Windows Processing Factory located at Lot 26 Grove Public Road. Preliminary reports indicate that a significant quantity of glass stored in a 40-foot container at the front of the premises suddenly collapsed, trapping Mr. Yang beneath. Despite swift action from co-workers who raised the alarm and attempted a rescue, Mr. Yang was pronounced dead upon arrival at a nearby healthcare facility. Minister of Labor Joseph Hamilton used the occasion to reiterate the critical importance of rigorous safety protocols in the workplace. Gerald Bryan joins us now to report that as the use of artificial intelligence and digitization grows around the world, President Dr. Irfan Ali noted that a clearly defined framework will have to be developed by the People's Progressive Party civic government within the next 12 months. Here are the details.
The head of state explained this during a brunch held at State House on the occasion of World Press Freedom Day. This year's Press Freedom Day is under the theme Reporting in the Brave New World, the Impact of Artificial Intelligence on Press Freedom and the Media. The theme is a particularly relevant one with Guyana undergoing its own digitization process. President Ali noted that reforms, including constitutional reform, reflecting the reality of the increasing proliferation of AI, are needed right in Guyana.
AI and digitization, we as a country must have within the next 12 months, a clearly defined framework for AI and digitization in every sphere of national life, every sphere of public life, because it is going to drive national and public life in ways that we have seen never before.
The president further noted that Guyana will work with its Caribbean community CARICOM counterparts to develop unified policies to tackle AI. Ali noted that there is strength in numbers if the region combines its efforts. According to him, if left unchecked, AI will become a ticking time bomb.
How do we ensure in this environment of AI that we pursue a path, and for CARICOM, I'm positioning this morning that we pursue a common path, because we don't have the capacity individually to do this. That would look at the intellectual and professional conduct of AI. That would look at the challenges, threats, and opportunities of AI. That would look at policies, regulations, and legislations that would ensure AI does not go unchecked. If we don't do it, it's a ticking time bomb.
Several countries have been taking steps to protect its citizens against darker applications of AI, such as from deepfake videos. Sovereign AI refers to a nation's or region's ability to control, create, and deploy AI models using its own infrastructure, data, and workforce. Joe O'Brien, The Evening News.
President Dr. Irfan Ali is calling on all Guyanese to recommit to building a more inclusive and united future as the nation marks 187 years since the arrival of the first East Indian indentured immigrants to Guyana. Michael Henry has more in this report.
As 187 years loom upon Guyana as it commemorates its Indian Arrival Day, Head of State President Dr. Irfan Ali has urged for a recommitment to an inclusive future on Indian Arrival Day. In a message to the nation, President Ali emphasized the profound historical significance of the occasion. According to the President, and I quote, "This year, however, as we commemorate Arrival Day, we do so not only to look back but to urge a deeper recommitment to the future we wish to build, a future where all Guyanese, regardless of race, heritage, religion, or background, can feel a sense of belonging, pride, and purpose. No heritage must feel hidden. No voice must feel unheard." End quote. The President also mentioned that in many parts of the world today there is a rise in intolerance and discrimination against immigrants. He mentioned that people who have built nations, powered economies, and enriched cultures are being targeted, vilified, and excluded, and he urged Guyana to never make that mistake, and Guyanese should cherish others and uplift one another. Furthermore, he expressed that this day honors the foreparents who arrived on these shores following emancipation, most as indentured laborers. Their arrival was not just a matter of circumstance or history. It is built upon the contributions of those who were here before and helped to lay the foundation for the Guyana we know today. Lastly, the head of state noted that Indian Arrival Day is not a day only of remembrance. However, it is a day of responsibility for Guyanese. Meanwhile, sharing similar thoughts on the occasion of Indian Arrival Day was Prime Minister Mark Phillips, who expressed that there is a quiet strength in remembering heritage from the names, faces, and stories of sacrifice that built the ground we now stand on. Despite this, they brought various things like traditions. He stated, and I quote, "Though the paths that brought our ancestors here were often difficult, marked by the hardship of slavery and indentureship, they brought with them enduring traditions, values, and a shared hope for a better future." End quote. The Prime Minister also took the opportunity to mention that these contributions are etched in the fabric of Guyana's society, which spans across languages, cuisine, and music to the values of perseverance and hard work that define the Guyanese spirit. He stated that their sacrifice gave rise to a nation grounded in multiculturalism, built on the principles of unity and inclusiveness. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Tuesday, May 6, 2025 at 0 hours 55 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 11 hours 55 on Tuesday, May 6, 2025, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Guyana Amazon Warriors to host ExxonMobil GSL 2025 and Latif spins Rainforest Rangers to first win. These stories and more coming up in this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
You know, I've been thinking, since I moved over to the west side, this is the perfect location for put up a food stand.
Put up food stand here?
Yes, Officer Bring.
Oh, Granny, you can't put up no food stand here.
Why not?
Because the gas to energy pipeline.
Gas to energy? Why is that?
You can bring gas from offshore to region 3, that can turn into electricity and other things.
So what about if Granny put it up over there?
No, Granny, listen. This whole area here, from here to the West Bank, is considered the right of way. So nobody can build, plant, dig, or burn nothing here.
But what if I am?
No buts, Granny. Listen, you could get yourself or others hurt. Watch, you see this number here? You call it if you see anybody doing anything out of the way or doing anything they're supposed to be doing, like building, digging, or burning stuff on the right of way.
All right, grandson, I hear you.